Hello and welcome again to River Valley Farm. Happy Saturday. We found the right belt, which is 49 5/8 inches long. So that number, 7940. So anyway, we got that. And then now, I don't know how well this stuff's gonna work, but we're gonna try it anyway. 'Cause I've had a little good luck with sealing other things with this stuff. And it is, you know, as seen on TV, Flex Seal, available pretty much everywhere nowadays. But you put this on just like you're painting, basically. And, you know. As you can see, it's already starting to fill in the holes and stuff, but you gotta put it on thin and then let it dry for a while. Put it on thin, let it dry a bit. Oh, get out from under this thing. So anyway, next up on my list is I got a switch, so I'm going to wire in this fan on a switch. Make it much more better in my opinion anyway. That is, if I can find a place to put the switch, because I didn't remember to bring my drill. Oh, anyway, we will get into that here in a minute. But anyway, we're hopeful that the Flex Seal will do us some good on this tank leak, because, you know, it's, well, this thing's putting out about, well, in first gear you're putting down about 50 gallons an acre. I don't know how fast I'm going in first gear, but at an idle you're putting, or well, a little bit over an idle, you're putting down about 50 gallons an acre at 40 pounds. So that's a lot of run out basically, and you don't really want to be high speeding this thing unless you're on flat ground, obviously. So anyway, we're going to see if we can get the tank to hold a full load of water, which we hope we can. But anyway, we're going to have to wait and see what it does. I'm going to Flex Seal that up and get all the holes filled and then go from there. But so far and everything else I've used that on, it's worked exceedingly well, so that's good. I won't say much about the Flex Tape, because that's a pretty hit or miss in my opinion. But anyway, so for now I'm going to work on wiring some, for a little bit of work on repairing some wiring, let's put it that way, and we will go from there. And at some point today I'm going to go wreck hay, but anyway, that's beside the point at this time. Alright, so like I said, I got the belt on. I put on another coat of Flex Seal. I have to let it sit and cure good, or let it sit for a little bit. And then I started wiring in my stuff for the fan. As you can see, I'm going to have a fuse. I don't know what kind of fuse yet. I'll probably, in all honesty, just stick a low amp fuse in it until it doesn't blow and go from there, because I want it to just blow the fuse, because I don't want that thing something I'm just not a fan of, okay, is, well, this was wired directly hot off the alternator. No fuse, no switch, no nothing. And then the only means I had to shut it off was to disconnect the ground here, which I actually put this in so it would at least be able to disconnect the thing. And anyway, the guy that had it before me, he just had this, or actually he had the ground with a loop tied in it, or you could just set it over that and run it. But again, he didn't use it very much, so it was okay for him, I suppose. But The power was hot wired directly to the alternator, so if this thing shorted internally and it was grounding through itself, you could not shut it off until it completely burnt down. Not really a good scenario, or at least not for me. So we're going to go ahead and fix it up. And plus that, it'd be much more convenient to have a switch up there on a control panel, or at least I think. So that's what I'm doing. We're going to stake said, we've got this is going to be the power up to the switch. Then we're going to have a wire come back down here to power the fan. And then the ground will just go right back to there for the ground.
I've been sneezing 2 times.
You've been sneezing?
2 times.
Twice? Wow. Okay then.
And you didn't say bless you.
Well, bless you. Bless you, okay? Alright. So anyway, I'm going to go take the dash apart, drop a wire down, because it'll be a lot easier to drop it down the tube than it will be to fish it back up the tube. And then we'll go from there. Alright, so everything's wired up for the fan other than putting the fuse in it, which we'll do that in a minute. Here, put the battery cable back on. So anyway, this is when it turns on our ignition, starter button, fan switch, okay? Pretty simple. There's only 3 switches, there's only 2 switches and 1 button on the whole thing. Anyway, let me fire it up. So we have charging and all that good stuff, and then we will, let's see, I've had a little turd up here playing, so neutral, good. I didn't turn the gas on. Oh well, maybe it'll still have a little bit in the carburetor, and then we can get down and do it. So we're going to start with a 10 amp fuse. Which would seem to be enough. Okay, that's not as big a fan motor as I thought it was. That's good. The lower amperage of fuse you have to use, the better it is, the more sensitive, so it'll pop it faster if it has a problem. So now, we got that solved. That's running nice and true. Everything looks happy with that. Good. Next on the list, I guess, is raise the booms, because I haven't showed you guys if that does work yet. Which is that one. They go all the way that high, if you need them to go that high. And they go down to where they were before because it bleeds off. But anyway. Much it for that. I keep putting on more Flex Seal, so we'll have to just wait and see how that turns out, more or less. button. But anyway, I'm gonna get this thing outside, put a little bit of water in it, refresh my memory of which of the nozzles needed to be looked at, and check them out because I bought some new nozzles and stuff. So anyway, once the Flex Seal sets up, I guess we'll see whether it holds or not. But for now, I'm gonna go back it outside and play around with the spray system and make sure we're getting, make sure all my nozzles are working again. We'll go from there. So anyway, we had one nozzle that wouldn't, I'm dropping everything, wouldn't tighten up. This old plastic one would not tighten. So anyway, we have brass ones to replace these with. I'm putting on an 80-degree tip because a wider pattern's a better pattern, we hope. I hope. But anyway, that in there like that. And maybe you guys can sit right there. Yes.
I found this in the hardware store. I
No.
don't want it too big. So
Okay.
would you like to have it?
What is it, a rubber band? I don't need it. Okay, good for it. Okay, so anyway, big thing is to try and make sure that your nozzles stay straight in line with the boom. That way you get your full coverage on there. At least that's what I do. Hopefully this doesn't end up upside down because I probably won't notice. Don't touch, please. Okay.
Is it filling up with water?
Yeah, it's filling up with water. I'm gonna take it all the way till it overflows and make sure it holds. Make sure the tank's not broke.
No leaks.
That's good. Okay. So that's better. I've done all the ones out that way. Fold them out, clean the screens, stuff like that. This one,
It went dark.
it did, and that's all right.
Are they still watching you?
Yeah, they're still watching me. Yeah, even if it went dark. And there goes my leaky tank. Yay! Well, where's it leaking from? Well, okay. Guess that didn't work. So anyway, I'm not blaming Flex Seal yet. I may have been rushing it just a little bit. I probably should have waited until tomorrow to fill this thing up with water. But that's okay. It's just $14 a can. I'll go buy more. Recoat it again, see what it does and let it sit till tomorrow. But first things first, I wanted to get the clean all the nozzles on this thing and make sure I'm happy with the way it sprays, which we need water to do that. So anyway, let me finish going through these nozzles and we'll get back to it. Okay, so we're sitting here idling. We got, I don't know, a little over 40 pounds, maybe 50. So all the nozzles must be working on that side. And at least this left-hand boom shuts off now. Drops us back down to about 20 pounds. okay, I guess it's slowing down. Maybe. Finicky, I tell you, finicky. Anyway. We have some pretty varied nozzle patterns, but they are overlapping, so that's good. I mean, we wouldn't want the thing to be all the same and perfect, would we? That would just be foolish. That one's not putting out anything. Okay. But even without, we're still getting a good coverage there, it looks like. This one over here needs to be replaced. So anyway, at least it's fresh, right? Alright, so John Deere Blue is hitting the field. I decided I could go ahead and spare 3 quarts of 2,4-D because I've got 150 gallons of water in this thing. Might as well not waste the water, right? It's not like it falls from the sky or anything. Plus that, and then I'll know if I'm really good for sure what it takes or what this thing's putting down per acre. really slow, but anyway, we're just putting because I want to see what this speed does more or less, and I don't want to go too crazy with the RPM because then I'm going to have a ridiculous amount of spray pressure, which we don't want. But anyway, we're going really slow, and if we over apply the 2,4-D, we're not going to hurt the grass anyway, so it'll be all right. This is more of a really in-depth test run than it is anything else. And anyway, kind of need two hands to turn this old girl, but it is spraying, it is doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm gonna spray this tank until it runs out, and then we'll see how far I went. All right, so we finished that little field. We're gonna call that an acre. We had 150 gallons, and we are just slightly over 100 gallons. So right like that, I am putting down 150 gallons to the acre. Which ain't a lot, or well, that's actually a whole lot, but anyway, that's what we're putting down. Most people are shooting for like 20 gallons of water per acre. In order to accomplish that, I would have to, I don't know, either go to a smaller pump, a larger drive pulley on the pump, or something to slow the pump down and get my gallons per minute down. Either that or a flow regulator. But anyway, other than my tank patch not holding and the fact that my lip cylinder is leaking a little bit, we're doing pretty good. So guess that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I gotta go rake up this little bit of hay and a couple other little patches of hay I got down and get them ready for baling tomorrow. And I gotta finish spraying out this tank of stuff. But for the most part, that's kind of it. I'm more and more pleased with this thing every day, like I thought I would be, so that's good. Thanks for watching again, and we'll get back to you when we got something to say.